of Autotech, Autotech Nasik. He has completed BE Electrical and Electronics and has completed Master MTech in Power Electronics. Sir have completed 6 years of experience. So I would like to invite Pankaj Sonone sir for his session on robotic process automation. Now I handed over this session to Pankaj Sonone sir. So please start your session. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for introducing me, and thank you, Guru Gobind Singh Foundation team, for giving me opportunity for this FDP program. Good afternoon, all of the members present here. My name is Pankaj Sonone, and I am working as a automation engineer in Autotech Nashik. So, okay. So, is my screen visible there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's start. First of all, we will discuss about automation. That what is automation? If we are talking about automation, first thing in our mind comes that we are going to automate some system, like a if you are saying some system is working manually, and we are giving a decision making capacity to this system. So in that process, we can say it is an automation process, right? So basically, there are three requirements in any plant or industry for the automation. First, if we have to or we want to improve the quality of any plant, then we will adopt automation there. Second thing is productivity. If you want higher productivity, that means the speed of production we want is higher, then we will adopt automation there. And the third main point is manpower cost. If you want to reduce the manpower cost, then we will adopt the automation there. So basically, these are the 3 points that we have to consider mainly when we are going through any automation system, or we are adapting an automation system as compared to manual system, right? So basically, I want to say that if we are giving a machine decision making power, then we can say this machine is automatic, right? So from last 1.5 day already we are discussing about automation. A lot of we have already discussed about it. So we will go to the next point that I have covered in my session. The second point here is robotics process automation. Okay, so when we hear the word robotics process automation, the first concept or first imagination comes in our mind is that there is some robot which is doing some automation, right? But here, if we are saying robotic process automation, that means we compare it with the software based robots, like we can say bots or software robots here. Okay, so robotic process automation is the use of software with artificial intelligence and machine learning systems. Okay, that means we are using some particular software with the artificial intelligence, right? For example, uh, we all know that uh, if we, I have example, uh, like a mail. Okay, if I am owning a company and I have purchased a system, I can say robotics process automation, that if someone send me a mail, then automatically that mail will be responded. Okay, like on WhatsApp business we have a feature that someone firstly send you a message, then automatic reply will be sent to the customer or to the person. That is a type of robotic process automation. That means I have a robot in my software that is sending the message, not a human is sending. Okay, so in the plants or in the organizations where high volume repeatable tasks are conducted. So if we say that tasks are conducted by human or performed by humans, right? So we are going to replace the humans with the bots or software robots. Like firstly, if I have a person in my company who is responding customers, or we can say I have a reception where someone. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, yes, sir. Thank you. So if we compare our system with the traditional system, I will compare a human with a software bot. Like on my reception, I have a person who welcomes everyone. When someone calls, he responds. But nowadays, I have a software bot, like we can say robotic process automation system, which responds my customers. Like when someone calls, it responds automatically. It sends welcome message automatically, or it sends my catalog automatically when someone inquiries about my system. Okay. Second thing here we are going to discuss is the RPA evolves from three key technologies. Okay. So how RPA evolves, that means how we have found the RPA system, or how we generate the RPA system, how we come to know that what is the need of RPA system. Okay, just a second. So we will discuss about how we come to know that we need a RPA system, or how we will found a RPA system. So first we use screen scraping. Okay, screen scraping, that means if I am going through a system and I have so many things on my screen or my system, so we will find out the important things, and that things, using that scrap data, we will come to know that what work should I do first, and as per the flow we will go through our work. Second thing is workflow automation. Now workflow automation is all about if I'm working since last 6 or 7 years, so workflow automation will do that. It will analyze all the data from past 6 to 7 years, and then it will respond all the customers or system, that how it will react to the respective person. And the third and the important thing is artificial intelligence. Now I will discuss about artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? So first of all, intelligence is a quality of a human which is created by nature, we can say. And here we are going through intelligence which is created artificially. That means we are going to compare an intelligence which is created by a god, we can say, or and we are comparing that intelligence with an intelligence which is created by us or a human. So artificial intelligence is just a system which is going to compared with an natural intelligence. Right? Now we will go next. Okay, so here we have elaborated robotic process automation. So if we say robot, okay, so what is basically a robot? It is not just a hardware, it is also a software. A robot word is only a thing that is capable to mimic the human actions. Now we can say a human not only do mechanical works, it also do some software works, some mental works. So overall, we are going to replace a man with a robot, either in a work of mechanical field, or we can say in the field of software also. Okay, like for example, I am doing a welding work and I have got a robot which can do welding. like me. So it is also a robot. Second thing we will compare, I'm here for a software work. Like my work is come to office, get all the mails, respond all the mails. Hello. Can I continue this?
Please continue, sir.
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
Okay. So we are just comparing a human with a machine which can replace a human, right? Now the second thing is a process. What is a process? It is a sequence of steps that leads to a meaningful activity or task. Like if I get a SMS, then I notice that I have got the message. Okay, then I read the message. If the message is about my business, then if they are going some, they are asking some for some inquiry, then I respond them my catalog. Okay, so this is the process. So I got a software here. I'm talking about a software robot here. So I have got a software which will get my SMS. It will analyze my SMS. It will get that what the SMS is about, and then it will respond as per the inquiry. Okay. If I go through a hardware or a industry, then if I am talking about a process, then for like a bottle filling plant, then we will get a bottle, then we will wash it, we will fill it, we will tie a cap on it, and then we will pack a label on it. Okay, this is a process. So here also we can get a robot which will replace a human thing, but it is not a software robot. It will a mechanical or we can say mechatronic based robot. And the last thing is automation. We already discussed about it. If we are having a task and the task is completed automatically, that means no human is required there. We have not employed any human there to complete the task, but the system self will decide that how to complete the task, and it will finish the task. That system will be called automatic system, or we can say we are going through automation there, right? Now we will go next. So we will discuss basic benefits of robotic process automation. So here we will discuss benefits of robotic process automation. So first of all, we will talk about improve employee morale. Okay. So here, like if I am running an organization, then the one of the important thing is I have to satisfy my employees also. So if I am having some automatic, robotic, or we can say software based boards, like if I'm getting so many mails on my reception, okay, and if all the mail are sorted, then already the person working on the place will be happy on with the system that already the mails are sorted. They just need to go to their mail and work on that. Like the second point is productivity. It is the most important thing I have already discussed in first slide also. Like if we are saving our time, our process cycle time is less as compared to manual system. Like everyone knows that no man will reply an WhatsApp message within seconds. But if we are going WhatsApp business, then uh, automatic reply system will respond the customer within 3 to 5 seconds almost. Okay, so in this thing, the whole cycle time is so reduced. Like in industries also, if we are going through robotic process automation, then all the time or all the running time will be reduced there. Okay. Now the third point is reliability. It is the most important factor in industries or in every field. See, we are going to use this system in so many fields. So we have to think widely while we are using RPM. So the important thing is reliability, that how much reliable is the system here. Okay, so we can say bots. Actually, we have used here a word that is bots. It means software-based robots. Okay, so if a man is working on a system or on a place, then he can't work 24/7 without tire. But bots can work 24/7 without any interruption. Like if any other case occurs like power failure or any other things, then there are exceptions. But in normal case, a bot can work 24/7. Like, so it will be more reliable as compared to a man or a human. And the next point is consistency. Okay, so consistency is like we know all the things about consistency. If a man is doing a work 10 times in a day, then all the 10 times he will not do the same work in the same way. But if a machine is doing that thing on the place of human, then the machine will repeat the task 100 times without changing in the method. Okay, so the consistency will take a place while we are going to use robotic process automation. Okay, then now we will go non invasive technology. So okay, here it is a point of software system, or we can say IT technologies. It will reduce burden from the employees of IT field. Okay, as I have already discussed in the input employee morale. You know? So we are not going to discuss about it. Now the next point is compliance. Okay, we already know, like if I have a security guard on my gate, he will not do all the time same duty. He will sleep for an hour. He will go for tea break. He will go for drinking water. But if I am going to place there a robot, or we can say any camera or else system, then it will not get any interrupt, or it will not. We can say it will follow its routine. Okay, it will follow all the rules we have decided at the place for the work. Right now, next point is low technical barrier. Okay. We are not talking about it at the time of development, but at the time of use. When a person is using the software, then the user will not need any programming skill, or he will not need to configure the port. Okay, we will clear that point in some next slides. Okay. And the next point is accuracy, and it is also the most important thing, that how much accurate our system is. Okay. So we can already imagine that when we are replacing a human with a bot or with a robot, then how much difference will be created in the accuracy, right? Okay, so we will go to next. Okay, benefits of RPA. Okay, so whenever we are going to use the robotic process automation, we will get some benefits also. If we are getting benefits, then only we are going to replace our system. If we are not getting benefits, then why will we replace our system? So there are some benefits we have discussed here. The first one is enabling better customer service. Okay, whatever customers I am having, I can give a better customer service to the customers. Okay, like already we all know the ERP system or IVR system. Okay, if we call in any company, you can say MNCs already use these systems, then first of all we call, then it will introduce themselves, then it will give some options and that all things. So all the things are handled by the bots. You choose your option and you will be redirected to the respective person for your problems. Okay, so we can give better customer services if we are using RPA. The second point is enabling employees to be more productive. If my employee have proper data, or we can say in a if I am going in plant, okay, and we are giving the employee some data to do some work, and the data is not in arranged manner, then my employee will arrange the data first, then he will start his work. Like I'm telling him that get some products, and the products are in so distributed manner. Now the employee will arrange all the data first of all. Yes, 1 second. And 6 outputs. Yes. So my employee will get a proper data and he already knows the sequence of data. Okay. Like for example, I will get a little example for better understanding. I have a maid in my house and I told him that get some uh, things from market, and I have given him the data in misarrange. So he will get more time. Okay. But I have arranged the data that from particular shop you have to buy these things, and the particular shop you have to buy these things. Then he will get the all the things in so less time. So it depends on the data you are providing to your employees. So it will enable employees to be more productive, or it will enable your employees to do particular task in less time. The third point is creating cost saving system for manual and uh, here is a mistake of spelling, sorry, repetitive task. Okay, if the task is repetitive, I do the thing daily or in every 1 hour, then the bots, or we can say RP system is so beneficiary. But if we are doing the work monthly, twice or weekly, then it is not we can say cost effective. Now, the next point is allowing process to be completed much more rapidly. Okay, now here we will have an example like a bank loan recovery system, right? If I am a bank and I have provided loans to 100 peoples, right? Now my system have a data in which I have the names of customers, and respectively I have the amount that is due on that customers. Okay, so there are so many customers who have no due, but the data is already existing in the system. Okay, so I will get a system which will eliminate all the data that that customers don't have the due, and it will arrange the data that the person having most loan amount will be on the top, right? Then my employees, it will be easy for my employees to get the data and to work on the data, right? So in it is an example, we can say that we can use the system already in banks. They are using RP system, but it can be more uh, effective. Now it is, we are not saying that it is the particular or advanced RP system, but will grow some in deep on the system. Like before 5 minutes, some person have paid his amount in the bank. Okay, and the data is already existing in telecallers system. So what happened? He will call and he will, we can say, disturb the person, or my, after all, customer will unsatisfied with the system. So what happened if I am having system that whenever he will pay his amount automatically the amount will be deducted from all the telecallers system data. Then it will be called as a RPA, right? So what is basically RPA? It can understand the system, it can understand the situation, and it can change itself as per the condition. That is the exact RPA system. Okay, we will discuss in detail in next slide about it. Now, allowing process to be completed much more rapidly. It will allow the process to do fast work, or our process will be end rapidly in fast. Then number 5, return of investment. As we have already discussed about bank loan recovery system. Okay, so it will be easy to return the investment. I would like to actually, I don't know it is wrong or right, but as I know, so many dealers and so many uh, persons, businessmen are using a particular app that is called Khata Book. Okay, I am sorry that I am having a particular name or particular brand in this session, but I am just having an example that like Khata Book. Khata Book is a RP system. If I am giving or I am selling something to a customer, then Khata Book, in a Khata Book app, automatically it will get an entry of the amount, and uh, whenever I just want to remind the customer, it will automatically send the SMS to the customer, and whenever the customer pays the amount to you, it will reduce the amount from the database. So it is a type of RPA system. Okay, so return of investment is just like an example I have discussed about the app. Now number 6, improved delivery. Okay, we are all are good familiar with the courier services. In what happened in courier services, whenever we place a courier or we place a parcel or order on with courier services, it automatically sorts the parcel area wise. Okay, so the delivery man will get all the parcels with the same area. He don't have to visit all the areas, and he don't have to do the work in mismanners. He will get all the parcels sequence wise, that in particular area today you have this much parcels and you have to distribute these parcels in these areas. So this is also a type of RPA system. Okay, and the last one is scalability. Okay, so with the RPA system, you can improve the scale of your industries, like you are working with particular customers, but if you are having all the thing in arranged manner, then you will get so less time to work with the data, and you will get more time to work with another customers, or you can expand your business easily. Okay, now we will go in technical part of RPA. Okay, after this slide, applications in every field we can use RPA system. Today we are only discussing about software based RPA system, or 99% we can say industries use the RPA system in softwares only. So first we can use the RPA system in accounting. Secondly, we can use the RPA system in customer service. The third is healthcare, financial services, human resources, supply chain management, in large storerooms, stock management, traffic management. Okay, so here we can have some examples like toll plaza. Okay, we, as we all know, since we are using vehicles and we are seeing the toll plazas, firstly on the toll plaza the cash system was used. Okay, and the manually barriers was being used. Then second, on the second stage, we have seen we have to pay the amount in cash mode. Then automatically your number will be detected. Either we can use image processing system or whatever we can use, your vehicle number will be detected, and then receipt will be generated and you can go through it. Okay, but it is also a time consuming process. Now the third, we are already seeing fast tag system. Okay, in fast tag system, already whole system is automated. We just park our vehicle in front of gate, or we can say fast tag scanner. It scans our fast tag, then the amounts will be reduced from our Paytm or whatever we are using, and we can go through it. So it is also a type of RPS system. Here now all the applications, or we can say benefits, okay, are covered. Like fast process is already executing here. Repeatability or repeated process is occurred here, and all the things are satisfied here. Like I have an example of large storerooms. Okay, actually from some last few days, we are already working on a project. It is pick to light. I don't know how much of you are familiar with the system. If someone is working in industry, then he just know about, he must know about the pick to light system. But what happens in manufacturing plants? I can't tell the plant's name, but in manufacturing plants or in automotive industries, if some vehicle is getting manufactured, then the employee is being told that just go and get the parts of particular this model. Okay, if I am going to assemble a Jeep Compass, or we can say Maruti Suzuki Baleno, then I will tell my employee or labor that go and get the parts which will be needed in a Maruti Suzuki this model. Okay, he will go, he will have a list in his hand, he will search all the parts name wise, he will collect all the parts and he will take it to me, and then we will go through the process. But in pick to light system, we can say whenever I go to the storeroom, there is a large panel and all the model number are presented there. Okay, in some time, if possible, I will share you with the photos. So we will press the button of particular model, and all the lights of bin which parts we need for the model will be glow. Then I will go to the model, that light is blinking, that means the part will be needed for the particular model. We will pick the part whose light is blinking, right? So it is a pick to light system, and it is a best example of RPA. Or we can't say it is a RPA, it is just automation. And I have already told RPA is one step forward, or it is a one step advanced system from the automation. So what happened in large storeroom, we are using pick to light, and all the data will be recorded in a computer, that in this bin we have placed 100 piece of nut bolt. It is showing in the computer. Then every time when I am picking 5 tools from the bin, then it will reduce 5 parts from the database. And like that, I don't have to count all the pins. I'm having already all the data on my computer screen, that I'm having how much parts of this particular model in the bin, right? So we are indirectly interfacing our whole system with the software, and the software is maintaining the storeroom stock management system. Okay. Now the next point is traffic management system. We are already using the RPA system in traffic management system. Like all of you, I think, already heard about e-challan. Okay, so automatically cameras are installed on the signals. If someone breaks the signal or cross the signal line, then automatically the number will be captured in the camera. It will be analyzed, and automatically, as per the respective address, the challan will be sent to his particular address, and also the SMS will be sent to his number. So all the system is humanless, or no human is required in whole the process. The whole process is running without any human requirement. So we can say the system is under RPA, right? Now here is a basic structure, like how RPA works. Okay. it is a basic example. First of all, it is about the email or inquiry email. First of all, I get an email. So what RPA will do? Basically here, RPA, I'm using the word is a software. Okay. So what RPA will do? It will read the email first, then it will transfer the email as per the category. Okay. It will open the Excel attached from Excel file. Okay. Like I'm having an email about the inquiry of this particular model, XYZ particular model. Then it will get the data from Excel sheet. Like some customers is asking about what is the rate of this system, XYZ system. And automatically my system will redirect my mail and go through an Excel file, which is already containing the price of all the systems. It will compare the data with Excel sheet, and like it will get that customer is asking about XYZ product cost. Okay. Then it will enter some data from the Excel sheet in ERP platform, right? That means automatically it will get the data from Excel sheet and compose an email for the customer as a reply or as a response. Then the whole ready system will go to the employee who will analyze the mail or who will cross verify the mail, right? See, the whole system will get some seconds for the response. Then the employee will get the analysis, final analysis, and the system will end. That means the mail will be sent to the customer already, right? So here, almost 99% process is executed by the software robot. Already PLC में दिला दिया है। डेल्टा के जितने प्रोडक्ट्स रहेंगे उसमें सब में आगे डीबीपी रहेगा। कोड है वो डेल्टा का। हाँ, केबल पीएलसी में लगी है, उसमें जस्ट यूएसबी केबल लगाओगे और RS-232 से यूएसबी में कन्वर्ट करके पीसी में लग जाएगा। लेकिन थर्ड और सेकंड और थर्ड नंबर के पीसी में करूँ जहाँ से मैं स्विच का प्रोग्राम किया था, ज़्यादा आगे मैं जाऊँगा। उनको जस्ट एक प्रोग्राम ट्रांसफर करके दिखा दो, बाकी वो करेंगे। जस्ट सेकंड।
Sir, you are not audible.
Okay. So in this example, we have already discussed about an email, automatic email response system. So I repeat it, whenever I get an email, it will be sorted and redirected, or we can say compared with the Excel file. Then we will get the price from the Excel file, and automatically a mail or a reply mail will be composed for the customer, and it will send to an employee who will analyze all the system and respond to the customer. Next, it is a 6-step RPA. Okay. We can say it is the most advanced RPA which can be used or which is being used in the system or in the market. First of all, here, I'm having a virtual employee. That means I'm having an employee which is not a human but a software I have purchased with. Okay, so here first I am having a software which is not containing any physical robot. It is just a software based robot. That means software is doing some work with a self. Okay. The third level, time to market within a few weeks. Now see, my robot is nothing but just a virtual employee. There is no physical robot here with me. Okay, and now first I want some marketing within few weeks or few days, we can say. Like already we are having some examples of paid promotion on Instagram and Facebook. What happened when we go through the paid promotion on the Instagram? So Instagram will filter all the results. Like if you want to do marketing in just a Nasik division, so it will sort the data and get a result that this particular persons belongs from Nasik. Now again, if you want the persons from technical background or education field, then it will filter like that and it will get result to you. So in so less time you can do some marketing or survey in market within so less time, so less days. Okay. Now the third thing is uses your existing applications. Okay, after all, it will analyze your existing applications or existing data. Whatever you are having, you already have worked with some companies, it will get all the data. It will analyze only software. I'm not talking about a human. The software self will analyze all the application, all the data. Okay, and then it will take some decision. If there are no changes in your data or infrastructure needed, that means if you are having some data and I have not told to do any changes in the data, then it will copy the same. And okay, if you are having the data and you are not having any change in it, it will copy the same data and it will generate some documents. Okay, it will generate some documents, and on every step it will generate the documents. Here is the point. On every step that I am saying that if you are having existing data, it will generate a document on that step. It will analyze the data and it will sort in a proper manner. Then again it will generate a document. Then it will adopt something like in past 6 days I have changed my office timing. Okay, previously I have worked till 9 p.m. but nowadays I am working till 6 p.m. So it will change all the things as per my time schedule, and then again develop a document. So on every step it will generate a document, we can say. So it is a 6-step RPA. In overall system, I just want to say that if we are using RPA, we don't have to do anything. The software will get your data, previous data, it will analyze, it will adopt the things, it will observe the changes as per the environment nearby, as per environment, it will change again the data, and then it will provide our provide output to us, or it will provide the last final data to us, right? The next, now we'll discuss difference between RPA and regular system. Okay. Here first we have discussed, just a minute. Okay, if we are using IT automation, which is basically already being used in so many systems, if some changes occurred, like I have made a system that daily sends message, okay, to my customers, good morning. Okay, it is fine with it, no problem. But in early morning, when I switch on my computer, automatically a good morning message is sent to my customers. Okay, but whenever I open my computer in afternoon, then my IT automation doesn't know that what is the time right now. It will send a good morning message to my all the customers. But if I am using a RPA system, it will observe that now the time is in PM, or we can say it is already past after noon time. So it will automatically change the message and it will send good afternoon message. That is the difference between RPA and traditional IT automation. Second thing, in RPA system, just a minute. Okay, we will talk about the second point. Whenever we are using the RPA software and it is already trained. Now see, I have used here the trained word. First, we have to train our software, whatever RPA software we are using. Train means we have to give it so many conditions or different conditions, in what condition what have to do, or all our things. Okay, so for once it is trained, it has the capabilities to manipulate data, trigger responses, initiate new actions, and communicate with other system autonomously. Like for example, IT automation systems can't manipulate anyone, but in RPA software system, it can manipulate also. It can manipulate data, it can change the data as per the conditions, it can trigger responses automatically, it can initiate new actions. Like I am having a storeroom management system or stock management system. So the IT automation already knows that in the particular bin we are having nut bolts. Okay, and now we already maintain the quantities up to 100, but today the quantity, as we have observed, is so less. It is almost 4 to 5 pieces left there. So what RP system will do, it will compose a message or a signal to the stock manager or to the shop manager that particular item is running out, just fulfill the bin or replace the cart over there. Okay, so it is the system in RPA. It is the difference between RPA and regular IT systems or traditional IT systems. The next, here our RPA system can initialize new actions, like we have discussed already. For example, we are going through example of toll plaza. If a toll plaza is in working condition and it is already working, but whenever some problem occurs that our RFID reader is unable to read first vehicle RFID or FASTag, already second vehicle is also unable to assess third vehicles, like that we have already observed 10 vehicles, then automatically it will get a red signal on the road that no vehicle will come from this side, and automatically it will send a maintenance message to the maintenance team that come here, and whatever maintenance it requires, just do it. Okay, so it can initiate new actions. That two actions I have discussed about are new actions, and like that there will be so many conditions. Even I have don't ever thought about the condition. Okay, it will observe and it will take action as per the condition, and also it can communicate with other system autonomously. Okay, so if we are using different RPA systems, then all the systems will be interconnected and it will be transmit and receive signals over all the systems. The next point is RPA software is particularly useful for those organizations that have many different and complicated systems that need to interact together fluidly. Okay, so if the whole system are interconnected, like for example, uh, we can say we are having a toll plaza, and after 10 kilometers or 50 kilometers, we are having another toll plaza. And if any vehicle is passing away without paying the toll tax, then automatically a signal will be sent to the next toll plaza that this particular vehicle have passed from our toll plaza and he have not paid the toll tax. If he is doing some another illegal activities, automatically a call or message will be sent the traffic police also. So all the systems are interconnected, and we need to interact all the systems. Then we will use RPA software. Okay. The next point is, and the most important point about the RPA technology is the RPA software has the ability to adopt, self-learn, and self-correct itself. Okay. That means like if I discuss about a robot. Okay, just a minute. We all are good familiar with Sophie. Just a minute. If we discuss about like, we should not discuss about at that point, but we can say Google Mini or a, a smart speaker. Okay, then it is self-learning. Like when I started the system, it don't know anything. Okay, I just explained it that after whenever temperature reaches 100 degrees Celsius, just switch on the cooling fan. Okay, now in every 2 hour or 3 hour, the temperature reaches 100 degrees Celsius. The cooling fan is get switch on, right? No problem. But after 2 or 3 days, rapidly within 5 or 10 minutes, the temperature is rising. So automatically our system will adopt the some things or learn something with itself, and it will rise the temperature level. That means it will rise the reference temperature level. It will switch on the temperature on cooling fan on the temperature of 120 degrees Celsius, like that. So it will adopt the data automatically. It will self learn with the things. Okay, and it can self correct with the environment. Okay, whenever environment get changes, it can make corrections in itself to handle the expected conditions. Right? And the last line I have discussed about without human assistance. Yes, it will change itself. It will learn by itself without any human assistant or without any human program. Okay. Okay. Like, just a minute. Here, if we discuss about a human robot, as we all already know, it is Sophia. That it is a self-learning robot. We have already know, or we have already heard about it. That it is a social robot and it is self-learning robot. The main feature of this robot is it is self-learning or self-adaptive robot. Okay, as per the environment, it adapts all the things. As per our face expression, it will adapt all the things. If he's listening Marathi songs, it will learn Marathi also. If it is listening Punjabi from past 10 days, it will learn Punjabi also. So then we can say it is self-learning robot for this thing before 10 days. Just an example, have an example before 10 days, the robot doesn't know anything about Punjabi and no programmer or no human is assisting him. But from last 10 days, it is hearing some Punjabi news, Punjabi songs, and it already learned about the Punjabi by itself. So we can say it is a RPA system in the robot. Okay. Okay. Next, whenever we are adapting a RPA software, then what things or what important points should be considered here? First, scalability. Scalability means in future, if we want to expand the system, then it should be easily to be expanded. Okay. Second point is speed. That means whenever we are going for RPA system, definitely our working speed should be low or it should be decreased. Sorry, my mistake. The speed should be increased. That means the time, working time should be decreased. Okay. Already we are using the system. We are spending so much money on the system. Then the expectation should be the speed should be high always, or the working time or the time to complete the task should be low. Right? The third thing is reliability. The system should be most reliable system, or uh, like we say हम उस पे आंख बंद करके भरोसा कर सके. Okay, that means no one should cross verify or no one should think that we have to cross verify the data which is generated by the computer or RPA. Okay. Fourth and so important point is simplicity. The work should be simple, like I have discussed earlier about it. It generates data on each and every step. So if the data is generated on each and every step already, then the data should be easily usable for a human also, or usable for a machine also, right? That means uh, it is not just like data is generated and only the particular machine is capable to use the data. It is not like that. The data should be capable to use with other system also and a human also, right? Fifth point is intelligence. Our system should be intelligent. It should be fast responsive. It should make almost all the decisions. A decision which cannot even made by human also can be made by the RPA system. We expect from a system. Okay. And the last one is enterprise class. Okay. If we are developing a RPA system, then it must be enterprise class. Here, the session is over. Okay. So, I just get a review on my system here. Okay. I just get a review here. First of all, we do some automation in industries. Okay. So what is automation? If we are converting a manual system in automatic, then that is called automation. Okay. So many levels are there in the automation. Okay. First of all, in a mechanical field or electrical field, I will get an example of circuit breaker, right? So for so many years, electrician used to use a method for a circuit breaker. They climb on the pole and open the wires. Then they go for the maintenance. In that time, we have already observed so many accidents occurred and so many problems occurred on the system. Now, what happened? They just collected all the things, all the problems, and they worked out on the system. Now they have a electric circuit breaker on the pole and the operation on the button which is situated in the control room. What happened? They just press the button in the control room and circuit breaker opens in the field. Then all again they have improved the system. They replaced the button and now they have a software which is called SCADA. We can operate the buttons using the SCADA. But what happened in against SCADA? There are so many problems. If some person is not present there or some problem occurred, then we can again advance the system using RPA. Okay. So there are the steps of automation. Okay. And also I am repeating the thing that automation is not only a hardware part, it is also the software part, or we can say there are so many robots are present in the software also. In our mobile phone, in our laptops, in the systems, there are so many robots. Okay, so like uh, the robots are working in mechanical field, like that the robots are also working in software fields. We can compare it. Okay, so there are benefits of RPA here. Applications we have discussed, working process we have discussed. We have already discussed the sixth steps RPA system. Difference between RPA and regular system or traditional IT system, we have discussed about it. And what will look in a RPA system or what we want in a RPA system if you are installing it, we have discussed. Okay. So if someone want to discuss about it.
Anyone want to share something?
Sir,
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Chamka, sir, you want to say something?